Hey everybody, let me know if you can see the screen, if everything's okay. Make sure the chart is okay. Let me know when you come in, where you're from. Awesome, thank you. We'll just give it a few more minutes, let some more people come in. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. I'll probably murder this, but here, I can't pronounce it, sorry. All right, thank you, Tommy. We'll just give it a few more minutes. See if we got, this is not my normal time, so usually it's at 2 o'clock my time and I'm a couple hours off, so. If you have an alt request, I'd go ahead and throw it in there so you're first in line. All right. Well, I won't let you guys wait too long here. Let's talk about Bitcoin a little bit. Okay. We know that everybody is looking at this triangle. Okay. So let's talk about it, because what happens usually when everybody's looking at something, it usually doesn't happen, right? I'm going to take this out of here for now. So we have two ways that we're going to look at this triangle. The first way is the way that we really, really want it to happen, which is this way. Now, when you have a symmetrical triangle, which that is what this triangle is, it's a symmetrical triangle, you want every leg to hit approximately the same fib. Now, they don't have to hit it to the absolute tick, but they've got to at least be similar. So if we measure our A leg with a fib extension tool, our B hit 886. Okay, if this is the way that this triangle is going. This leg coming down, if you measure it this way, hit an 886. So that tells us that this leg should at least get close to the 786. 886, I'm sorry, 886. So right about there, okay? And then the D leg will hit very close to an 886. If we're going to make this triangle, which we have some more legs to go, the most important thing about triangles and how you know that you do have a actual triangle you must be able to draw the same contracting lines in RSI, because triangles don't produce bullish and bearish divergence in RSI. So they contract. RSI contracts the same as a triangle. In this case, we have a pretty good chance because we can draw it in RSI. So if it's going to be this triangle, what we really want to see here happen is that we complete it first off, and two, that we use this leg as A, E, this whole triangle is B, and that we get up high enough that we are able to get up here for our running triangle. Now, we have to do this. We have to complete this triangle and not hit this trend line again. If we were to hit the trend line, I would say triangle is off the table because you should not have more than one hit on a trend line for a particular leg. So this is what we're hoping for, is that we're going to get up here for this triangle. Because right now, as it stands, we do not have, or I cannot find a count, unless it's this triangle, that we are not going to break this lows that we don't want to break here at approximately 30K. So it's very important that we get up here. Now, let's talk about what the other triangle is, and then we'll go into briefly, is there any other way that we could possibly get up there without making triangle? So the other triangle is assuming that this is the first leg, this is the second leg, third leg, we're going to be making this one, and then E here, and this would mean we're breaking to the downside. If we make this triangle, and we cannot tell at this point which one it is, okay? We can't tell until we fill in some more legs. But if we end up doing this one and breaking to the downside, then we are creating the WXY count. Okay, because we're going to assume that this triangle is an X. Now I know that there's a way to finagle this leg into a 5-wave move where I think it's 1, 2, all of this 3, this would be 4 and 5. I think that's, let me get in closer and look. I found it the other day and it sort of worked. Okay, here's the problem with this, guys. So I know a lot are drawing it this way. But we have a problem with our third wave when we do this. Actually, some are even doing something like this, I think. Okay. Well, here's the first problem with this. If you have what we call a nest, a 1, 2, 1, 2, which that is what this would have to be, okay? If you're putting this little 1, 2 up there like that. It's saying that this second wave to the downside and up is your second 1, 2 inside of a third wave. That is inappropriate because this 1 and 2 is a lower degree than this 1 and 2, and it should not be bigger. should never be the bigger wave. So I don't see this count being this way. Okay. Then if, whoops, wrong thing. Then if you try to move it down to here, and then you try to say this is a 1 and this is a 2, 3, 4, 5, then your third's the shortest wave. So maybe there is a way to finagle this as a 5 wave, but I'm not seeing it. But either way, I mean, I just don't see how this could be a 4th. But, you know, let's see what it does when it breaks to the downside if that's the case. Okay. But I just don't see the count. Okay. So when I say that this is the only count that we have that's going to not break 30K, it's because that I don't see this wave right here as being a 1 wave. And if we don't make triangle, there's just nothing else that's available to us that would take us to the upside, because not one of these legs leading right now is a 5 wave move that can take us upwards. The reason I don't see this wave as a 5 wave move is because, one, the fib extensions it hit, it came to the 1.382, which is a corrective fib level. And 2, we are missing a 5th wave here. So I really see this as a 3 wave move. Okay. I mean, when we get down in here and just a little bit more about it, just so you understand why I don't like it. The only way to finagle it is say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is a truncated 5th. Well, even with a truncation, we still have the fib level problem. A 3rd wave does not stop at the 1.382. A true 3rd wave is going to come to the 1.618. You're going to get a 4th wave pullback, and then your 5th is going to tag this 2.236. Now, I would accept maybe this. I'd even accept this, saying that we have a truncated 5th if our 3rd hit the 1.618. But, you know, is it a possibility? Well, everything's a possibility, but I just don't see it as a 5 wave move. So we really, really, really need to make that big triangle. Okay. All right. So there's all right. So how else could we get up there to potentially, let's see, what was it again? Approximately to make it accurate, we need to get up to right about 63,000. Okay, how are we going to get up there if we're not making triangle? Well, we can still turn this into an A, all of this middle stuff B, and C. If we were to pull a fib extension on this, and I say we come down, use this line here, all right? A C wave can totally get up there. All right, that's how we could do it, is turn this mess in the middle into a B wave. But we cannot hit this trend line with a B wave. Okay, we've got to hold above it. All right, so there's one other thing in case someone here has not watched one of my prior videos. I want to talk about this area back here. real quick. So back in this bull run, we were looking at this as 1, 2. All of this is 3. We were hoping for 4 and to go up for a 5th, just like we're doing now. Exactly. There was this area. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. I do that every time. Let me cut that off so I don't do it again. All right. So there was this area here. Just like the 30K area that we didn't want to break. We were looking at this as being a 4th wave. We were coming right into the 4th like we're doing now. We were consolidating just like we're doing now, making 3s. Well, what happened was it came up in 3. This was a bunch of 3s in here too, just like we're doing now. We broke the level, okay? Broke the level, got everybody short, thinking, here we go, we're going to the downside. And we came right into the expanded B pocket, which is these 3 fib levels right here. Swept these lows, grabbed all that liquidity, and up went a gigantic candle. We need to be careful of this happening again. We also had this bullish divergence building or present, confirmed when it rolled over here, and popped to the upside it went. So what could happen now? Well, we have the level that we don't want to break. Right here, we don't want to break all this 30K area here, okay? We are sitting in the prior 4th. We are expecting this to be a 4th. And what happens? Well, what happens is we have 3 to the upside. We make 3 to the downside, come into that expanded B pocket, sweep the lows, and up we go with a candle. It would be an expanded flat, and it wouldn't surprise me at all, not at all. Everything is the same. We even have the divergence. So if this comes down, we will have an upward motion here, a downwards motion here. Now, does it have to be this bullish and come all the way up to where we want it to? No, it can be a running flat and not break the top of the A wave. And here's another thing, guys. If it does this expanded B, we're going to break our triangle trend line. So triangle will come off the table. Hopefully, if this happens, we get a big expanded flat. And it will just be a higher X wave. This X would be here now. And then this wave comes over here. And down, down we go to give us this Y. Okay? So, yeah. That's about all I have on Bitcoin. We're just going to have to wait it out. Pay attention to the expanded B. see if we make this triangle. This morning, I told everybody we had this little partner here, that we needed a partner leg to the upside. This I was talking about in the live stream this morning. I see this middle right now as a potential WXY. Can it make longer? Yes, it can. Okay. It definitely can. It can sit here and come down in 3, come back up in 3, maybe come down in 5, and then carry back up. I mean, it can drag this out, guys. Okay? But right now, when this Y completes, maybe we can finally connect this and come on down. Okay? Maybe, maybe, maybe. And let's watch the triangle trend line. Okay? It would actually be drawn from here to here for the triangle that we want, but you can go ahead and pull it from back here to get a better steady trend line. And then when this is, if this holds and it doesn't break, then you can move it over and, adjust your trend line. So let's see, guys. Let's see if we can get this leg to the downside here. All right. Let me look real quick, see if I have any questions on Bitcoin. All right, so let's see. What do we have first? Bet. Okay, VET has been in the bearish zone since the top of this correction. As you can see, it's in the bearish zone. It's trying to hold its prior fourth here. I mean, it really looks nice for a 1, a 2, a 3. All of this to be 4, but we got to stay out of the 1. We know that. And go up for 5. This highest peak on RSI would suggest 5, but here's the thing. It didn't give us our 5th, so it's missing. Oh, okay. So guys, this did not even hit an extension. Let me check one thing before I say that. Yeah. So VET has traveled upwards in a zigzag. Okay. Now, it seems like a fairly new coin, unless I'm missing some data, which could be possible. Let me check that real quick. Okay, no. All right, so Now, if Bitcoin decides that it's going to give us that fifth to the upside, what this coin can do is attach this leg. So whenever this leg finishes here, okay, whether it comes deeper because Bitcoin does, then it will attach this leg to connector to the upside. That's what it'll do when Bitcoin runs, if it runs for a fifth. Okay? But this is corrective. Definitely. Which is surprising. But it doesn't mean it can't get another leg to match it up with this. But its third did not hit, but the 1.382. Now, one other thing. If it can stay out of its one, maybe it can get up there for its third. This is an alternative. So this would be 3. Then it would correct for 4. Okay. And back up for 5. And then it would have a complete 5-wave move. So Bitcoin goes up for its fifth. When Bitcoin corrects, this corrects. Got to stay in its prior fourth. If Bitcoin runs again, it'll run again. So that's how it could make a 5-wave move. Otherwise, it's going to stay corrective. Okay. T-Fuel. T-Fuel is exactly the same as VET. Very weird. So, same exact thing. Same exact thing as VET. That it's missing the fifth of the third. Because its third is shy of the 1.618. It needs this. What are you doing? Don't get in front of the camera. Stop. I brought it in. It's on the couch. Okay, guys, sorry. All right. So if Bitcoin pushes up, same thing. It'll complete the rest of the third. Whatever Bitcoin does when it corrects, and then fifth, and it'll complete its 5-wave move. If not, this is doing the same exact thing of the ABC. But it doesn't mean that it can't move higher. Okay? It'll just connect this leg to the connector to the upside. Okay? And this looks on both of them. I didn't go down on the very low time frame, but they both look the same. Okay? Looks like we had a middle connector in here. This was its first correction, connecting to here to the downside. And eventually, hopefully, it won't go too deep. but it's corrective. I don't see anything impulsive in here, meaning that it's not ugly. Like I don't see a 5-wave move off the top. It doesn't look too awful, really. Bitcoin honestly looks worse. Okay. Hope that helped, Blabs. Welcome, RK. Glad you're new. Sushi. Hopefully I won't have a problem today with this live stream. I think I watched 1,000 videos. If you don't mind putting the exchange, that would really help. Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that. That is not what sushi looks like. There's no way. Hold on. There we go. All right, so what's happening, I think, with sushi here? I think that this is a 5-wave move, and this is correcting for a wave 2. So the only thing you don't want it to do is break this bottom. Okay? No break bottom. And if it doesn't, and Bitcoin finally goes back on the bull run, this will be a wave 1, and all of this will be a wave 2. And get ready and load up, because it's going to be on, like on. Probably the biggest bull run you've ever seen. Okay? It will be massive. So let's just estimate. Let's say it comes down to the 1.618, just for an estimate, okay? We're talking $12,000. The next bull run would be for this thing. All it's got to do is not break this low. So it's creating 2-day divergence here. Got the same thing Bitcoin does, the 1-day divergence. Okay. And it kind of looks close to being done. This is 3. This is 3. And this is 3. Creating Yep. If this had started with 5, that would be ugly, but it didn't. This is a 3-wave move. This is 5. It has a good chance of holding here. I would watch that fib level right there. Okay. The only thing that it could do, just so you don't, what it could do here is if Bitcoin decides it's going to pop for a 3-wave move, then it would extend this out longer. And then you would have this whole leg as the first leg, the pop to the upside and then down. Wave 2s can take a long time, especially on this high of a degree. Hope that helps. John? Gert and Rune. Is this all of Gert? Well, because this was straight just up candles, like blasting to the moon. Let me just check real quick. I know you want it on Binance, and I just want to check. I guess so, you're right. All right, because this was just straight up candles, highest point on RSI, we're going to have to go with that this is a 5-wave move, okay? Because all we have is just green candles there, unless I can get down in there. But I'm pretty sure it's a 5-wave move. Yeah, we've got straight green candles. All right. So, from the top, this here is the connector. Okay? Right dead in the middle here. Actually, it's like this probably. And it's 3, 3, 3. So this is connector. This is first leg connecting to here to the downside. Okay? Now, this is coming down correctively. I'd put a channel around it. You can tell I'm not the best channel drawer in the world. And look for a break of the channel, but the thing is, because it's making all these threes, and it's underneath the 618, that doesn't help. And it's closed candles underneath there. It's definitely coming down to the next level, okay? This looks like a smaller degree connector, and that this leg is going to divide up. Something, you know, like this to end this whole overall thing. So 3, 3, 3. Okay, and you're looking for the same thing, that this is going to be a 1 and a 2. So we don't have really any good reference to go with what does this like to trend in, because you know, it just went straight up to the moon. I don't know why this chart's not loading. This live stream better not cut out on me. I will be so mad. All right, so what do we need our daily time frame to do for this? So as you can see here, the daily on these top corrections tries to push up. So it gives us signal 1 that it's trying to transition. But what it fails to do is hold in the green zone. It breaks through. It pushes up again, tries to go back bullish, but it fails and breaks through. So here again, look at the daily. Look at this bearish divergence it's creating. Unless this can get up and break it, but I still see this as a flat. Now, here's the thing. So if it's going to give us another leg down, if this daily can push up above 70, that would be signal number 1. Pulling back and holding 40 would be signal number 2. Pushing back up above 70 is confirmation that this trend, this coin is transitioning. Okay? That's what you need to look for on that one. All right. What was the other one? Rune. That's a beautiful coin. All right. Okay, so this is it's got an overextended fifth. If it's going to keep going and not, I mean, really, this coin could come back down to here and be fine because of the overextended fifth. Let's take a look at this right here. Okay, see this right here? How this is clearly 3, 3, 5. So this leg right here is connecting it now like this. 3. This is an X, and now it's probably going to do a zigzag. Okay, so this is all now going to be a connector. Something like this, okay? And then you have 3, 3, 3. And hopefully at this point, it'll take off in 5 waves. Okay. If it doesn't, and it gives us some other connector here, then we're connecting again to the downside. But hopefully it will go at that point. But it didn't take off the bottom. So this is how it sweeps the lows. Okay. This is a perfect example of sweeping the lows, but then it makes a flat. But what it was able to do here was make that an X and kick off higher. And right now we've got bearish divergence from this pivot. If it can take it out, it'll have it from this pivot. And then eventually probably, well, no, probably just from that pivot there. So it is coming back down, unfortunately. It is. It's a corrective climb. Okay, hope that helped, Ingrid. Love expansion, good to see you here. CMDX. Osmosis exchange. Well, I got the wrong thing then. Omdex. Huh. Did you put in the wrong letters? I don't know how to pull it up. Not finding anything. If you put it at the bottom, I will look and yeah, put it at the bottom and I'll do it. Hi, Dragonfly. Oh, yeah. The screen's too big. There we go, guys. Sorry about that. You should have told me earlier. You couldn't even see the prices. ETH. So ETH's the same as Bitcoin. Exactly the same. We're trying to make triangle, hoping for triangle. Okay. We're hoping that triangle will kick to the upside and that it'll be this kind of triangle where we move up, okay, and get up there for the bigger triangle. If not, then it's bad news and we are, you know, same exact analysis that for Bitcoin. If we don't make triangle, we could make, the only other thing we could do to get up there would be a B. And it could sweep, it could come down for expanded, then go up. Hopefully we get a big C and not a running C. But still, no matter what, this is going to be a connector. And it would be connecting this leg 2 connector box to the downside. Okay. I don't see a way, unless we make this little triangle, that we're going to be able to make bigger triangle for ETH. Okay. So we really need to make this triangle. Yeah, I mean, same exact things going on in ETH. Alpha Preacher, you're here. All right. Mana. Mana, mana.